This is going to be a part two to my Negro Immaculate Conception video, and I was thinking about some things after reading some of the comments. Uh, I sit there and I wonder if this was an educated black man who was deciding he wanted to offer sperm to father 22 children, would that have made the newspapers? Would that have made the media? And would they have presented that image in a positive light? When you look at the picture of this story, it clearly shows us how the world views white men and how black women view white men. I doubt if one of these educated professional brothers out here offered to give black women sperm, I doubt they'd take the offer. Why? Because black women pretty much don't value black sperm. They don't value black men. And they wouldn't take that offer because they see black men as less than. So that's why I look at that story and say to myself, these black women deify this white man. And this white man who says he's a college professor pretty much offers them sperm and they run over to go and have his babies. I doubt that these same black women would run to have the babies of a black man of the same education and caliber. Now, this guy wasn't the greatest college professor. He was basically an adjunct, low on the totem pole guy at CUNY, and he was pretty much using his status, as low as it was, to get himself the attention of black women. Because he knew that black women had low self esteem, he knew that black women have no standards, and that he could pretty much give these women sperm or even have sex with them because they are pretty much easy to get. And he didn't even have to do much. All he had to do was just say, I have some sperm here. If you want some kids, I'll have kids with you. He didn't have to do very much to get these Negro women to run to them. Now, if he had put that offer out there to white women or Asian women, I guarantee you they wouldn't have looked at this guy in a second. They'd have looked at this guy's low economic status. They'd have looked at at the way he was because he looked kind of scruffy, kind of grimy, and they would have passed him by because they would have said to themselves, "This guy is low standards. He's low grade. He has a low level job. I don't want to have kids with this guy because he brings nothing to the table. I don't want to have illegitimate children. In other cases, I want to have a husband who will be a father in the home and raise their children." But again, because this Afro-American Negro female has low standards and low self-esteem, she rushes over to this white male who is offering her the least bit of attention because, again, she has low self-esteem, low standards, and she will accept whatever attention is given to her by whatever white male does this. And she's going with that because the white male pretty much is her first choice. And because the white male is her first choice, and she's getting a chance at attention with him, she'll go along with whatever cockamamie scheme that this white male presents to her. It could be the most ridiculous concept, knowing the man, she's going to go along with it because a white man is pretty much paying attention to her and giving her what she wants most. Again, attention and a chance at, some sort of carnal relations. And that's what she usually wants. And the chance to even have his baby, that really made her excited. So you look at I look at that whole scenario, and it pretty much, again, shows us how much this Negro woman deifies this white man. That they will go out here and have 22 children by this white male who just is saying, I'm offering sperm. But I believe if there was a Negro who had, or a black man who had the same education, the same social status, and he were to approach a black woman with this deal, he would not only get turned down, that Negro would get laughed at, and that black man would get laughed at, and told that, you know what, you're a fool, you're an idiot, and the sad part is They don't see that same way that they see that black man is the same way they should see this white man. Because if they had some sort of standards, the standard would be for all men, regardless of race. It would be about the content of their character and not the color of their skin. Because I look at this situation, I don't think it would have gotten past a certain point if this guy walked in, if he was a black man and walked in and made that offer to black women to have children with them, no strings attached. I doubt anybody would have gone along with that. They would have asked for a relationship. They would have asked what he brought to the table. They'd have asked what values he had, and they would have asked for something. They wouldn't. It wouldn't just be, I'm just going to go into a restaurant, ejaculate into a cup, and then I'm going to bring it out to you. That wouldn't have gone on. There would have been more to it. Now, some are saying that, that the women sued for child support later on, but that doesn't have anything, as I believe, to do with the real reason why these black women ran and had babies with this white man. The real reason why they went and had it was because they deified this white man, and they saw an opportunity to get his attention, an opportunity to have that divine child, because having that biracial child with that curly hair and light skin, that's something many Afro-American Negro women want. That's something that they aspire for. And they believe if they have that, that's like having, a child of God or some sort of holy grail in their lifetime. And the Afro-American Negro, he hasn't said a single word, about this case outside of a few brothers or sisters out here who've made, videos to it. But most of these like people who say that they hate white supremacy, like your pro-blacks or your nation of glaze, have not said a single word, about this CUNY professor, fathering 22 children. No one said a single word about it from these social circles. Again, silent. And these are the people who say that they're so against white supremacy. And here is a clear case of a white man exploiting black people. But no protest, no outrage, nothing going on, just quiet. But that's par for the course with the Negro. Whenever there's something serious going on, he has nothing to say about it unless he can get some crumbs from the table. And that's the other reason why they are not saying anything, is because there's no crumbs to come from the table, from talking about this matter. And they don't see the moral implications for this for the community. The statement that this guy is making, this college professor is making in his actions, basically saying that, black women are pretty much easy and that I can have a bunch of kids with them, and that they really don't matter because I can just have all these kids, do whatever I want, walk all over these females, and the females pretty much will let me do it. Because again, these white women, if he was to go to white women or Asian women or Indian women or Hispanic women with this exact same deal, they would look at him and tell him to go somewhere because they would have higher standards than your Afro-American Negro female. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.